What's going on, everybody? I am Mick Manhattan, the Scene Snob. I'm here to talk to you about Kimball's Cookies. They've been our sponsor since the beginning, and we truly love them. They make custom cookies for every special occasion or holiday that you can think of. So order today, and you can order in sugar cookie, you can order chocolate. They have gluten-free options. They take care of you, and they're designed with love. I can tell you that for a fact. So check out Kimball's Cookies on Facebook, and when you order, use promo code SNOBS, and they'll give you 10% off your order. Thanks. What's up, everybody? It's the Scene Snob. I'm Mick Manhattan, and I'm here to talk to you guys about our awesome sponsor, Manscaped. They are the premier tool for your grooming downstairs. Summer's coming. Are you ready to unveil your beach bod? You're in luck. Our friends at Manscaped just launched their fourth generation performance package, which includes the Lawnmower 4.0. You heard that right, the 4.0 is here. Complement your summer bod with a trim from the leaders in male grooming. The sun is shining, call your name, guys. Join the 2 million men who trust Manscaped worldwide, including myself and all of the hosts here, and get ready for Hot Guy Summer by going to manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping with the code SNOBS, SNOBS, and they'll get 20% off and free shipping. So go check out Manscaped now. They have amazing stuff like the 4.0, the Weed Whacker, the Crop Shaver, and all of their deodorizers and everything else are truly, truly amazing. I wear their underwear. I think it's just fantastic. But don't take my word for it. Go check them out yourselves because they have plenty of stuff for everybody. So go to manscaped.com and tell them the Scene Snobs sent you by using promo code SNOBS. And I'll talk to you guys later.
Welcome to the Scene Snobs podcast. I'm Scene Snobs Jr. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Just one of my favorites. I love that intro. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is the Scene Snobs podcast, 9 p.m. on Tuesday night, and I am Mick Manhattan. Just want to come say hi to you guys. I don't know if you heard the announcement. I will be redesigning the thing, so I've started going to work. I've started pulling things out and trying to get everything together, but that's not what we're here for right now. We're ready to start the show. Now, you might be asking yourself, Mick, where's your co-host? Well, a little bit of a hiccup, and he is on his way. He's running a little bit behind, but he shall be here soon. So bear with me. There are a couple of things that kind of just came to my attention, and I thought I would talk about them before he gets here. One is Andre Gower. I don't know if you guys remember him. He played Sean on the Monster Squad. He was the leader of the Monster Squad, a movie near and dear to my heart, and I truly love. And he was also the director of Wolfman's Got Nards, which is about the Monster Squad, which is a very good documentary. If you guys haven't checked it out, you should. Unfortunately, Andre suffered a massive heart attack on Saturday. He's very, very involved in the horror community. He's big proponent for taking care of yourself, being active, but also helping people out in everyday life. All of us horror fans and stuff like that. If you have had the pleasure of meeting him, you know how good of a guy he is. So it's very sad to hear that he had a massive heart attack. A fundraiser was started by friends to help him out. They're trying to raise some money just to, with everything going on. It's going to be a long recovery. So, if you can help him out, I'm going to put in the comments right now on everywhere the GoFundMe page. If you guys can, have something and you can help out, that would be fantastic. He's a truly great guy. I've had the pleasure of meeting him. And I saw this very sad. I saw it through the Monster Mania Con social media. Dave Hagen, who runs Monster Mania Con, is very involved in helping people out and stuff like that. And I saw it through him. So yeah, if you guys can, or you can at very least share. That is, I'm a big proponent of like share it out. If you can't give, that's okay, but you can always share. Everybody's on social media, and you never know who can help or what's going on. So yeah, if you guys can head down and help him out, that would be truly fantastic. And I will also post the link onto our social media after the show is over. Well, it has been kind of a crazy week. We're going to talk about, once Casey's here, we're going to talk about movie tropes and TV tropes that we just don't like. But before he gets here, a few things going on. Just kind of came across Richard Donner, who was one of my favorite filmmakers of all time. Fortunately passed away. A director I truly looked up to when I worked in the industry. And even outside of it, just grew up on his movies. I mean, he helped shape my childhood with a lot of his movies. Now, if you don't know who Richard Donner is, he was the director of movies like The Omen, Superman. He did the best version of Superman 2 as well. He directed The Goonies, of course, all the Lethal Weapon movies, Conspiracy Theory, which I really liked. I thought it was a good one. And Maverick, another great one, in my opinion. He did a lot of really fun, great stuff. He made one of the best Christmas movies of all time, in Scrooged. So, he passed away unexpectedly this week. He was older, but I hadn't heard anything that he was sick or anything like that. But very sad news, very sad news. I got to see him on a sort of an interview when they did the Goonies reunion, when Josh Gad did the Goonies reunion during COVID last year. And, he came on and talked, and he seemed very in with it. Sometimes older people like that, they don't always seem 100% there. Just, you lose your faculties. I mean, I get it. I understand. I lose my faculties and I'm 39. But yeah, but he was very into it and answering the questions. And so I really wasn't expecting this, but I guess in his 90s, just sad to hear about it. I would love to hear, guys comment along what some of your favorite movies are of Richard Donner's. It's such a toss up for me. Of course, I love Superman. Christopher Reeve was truly amazing Superman. But when I really think about what's my favorite Richard Donner movie of all time, I don't, maybe Lethal Weapon 2. I think so. Lethal Weapon 3 is my favorite Lethal Weapon. Lethal Weapon 2 is the best in the series. It is the absolute pinnacle of how great that series was. First one is amazing too, but the second one, just every point of it hits on all cylinders, in my opinion. So, for that, I would probably say Lethal Weapon 2 is his best movie. But not his best. All right. I'm sorry. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to say his best movie because I'm going to be tarred and feathered, and I should be. Because let's face facts, he did Superman, he did Goonies, he did a lot of great movies. But it's my favorite out of all of the Richard Donner movies. Now, without further ado, the man you've actually come to see, Mr. Casey Plotz.
Good evening, everyone. A pleasure as always. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing well, man. So I did
Marvelous.
share some news I had just gotten right before the show started. That's a little sad. Andre Gower, who played Sean in the Monster Squad, had a massive heart attack on Saturday. Young guy. He's 48 years old, but he's a very active guy. I've had the pleasure of meeting him. He's very active in the horror community. And I did, just so everybody who's watching now, if you missed it earlier, I did post the GoFundMe link to help him out in the comments. So if you guys can do that, please do. Especially if you're a horror fan, he is very active in the horror community and very cool guy to meet. So yeah, if you can help him out, but you can also help him out by sharing. If you can't give, which is completely understandable and fine, just share. We can all have the ability to share.
Absolutely. No one will judge you for it. I constantly share stuff because, I'm broke. So penniless and funny. That's all I got.
Listen, and I mean, just penniless at this point.
Yeah. Looks aren't everything, though, buddy.
Well, I should know that.
What are you talking about? You've been able to live as a beautiful person. I'm sure everything just rolls out in front of you on rose petals and red carpets.
I did just get a Rolls Royce I didn't know why, but they were just like, hey, I like the cut of your jib. I guess that means my chin.
Right? They enjoy your manly affectations.
Yeah, it was just like, yeah. I mean, like I said, I guess it was chin, but I didn't know which one, so I kept the beard on.
Smart.
Figured the first one. I would tell you this. We were talking about Richard Donner a little bit.
Yeah, man. What a tough one. 91, so he had a good run.
Yes.
In this human skin bag that we have, he managed to keep the motor running for a while, so that's pretty impressive. And he had a litany of fantastic movies. I heard you talking about Lethal Weapon 2, which is all right. It's no Lethal Weapon 1, but that's cool.
Wait, are we having an argument now?
I don't think we're going to have an argument. I think it's a pretty clear decision. I don't think there's anything to argue over. I'm right. You're wrong. It's fine.
I respectfully have to disagree with you because Lethal Weapon 1 is a great movie.
Yeah.
I'm not
the one that without Lethal Weapon 1, there is no 2.
True. But if you're talking about it just from a story sense, Lethal Weapon 2 hits on all cylinders.
Yeah, I wish you weren't so wrong.
That you get Leo, the stories. I know you're BSing me. I know you're screwing with me.
Well, you're saying that what, Superman 2 doesn't deserve some love? He gave us Zod, for crying out loud.
He gave us the best Superman 2. His director's cut is the version that, that's just what works.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I also have to give a big shout out to a personal favorite, Lady Hawk.
Okay.
I love Lady Hawk. Rutger Hauer, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Matthew Broderick. And it's a very oddly paced movie, and I realize I don't like French medieval period pieces. Because whenever people play the French, every actor and actress, they always kind of play him a little douchey. And it bugs me. But it's kind of how it gets played. And I'm like, all right. Even Christopher Lambert in Highlander, he was douchey.
Yeah, but is it that far-fetched?
Not really. Yeah, I think about the French, though.
Actually, it brings me to staying on point.
Aside from like L'Enfant or Lafayette, they probably, whatever.
Is that a movie trope?
Do
the French,
is it?
Do the French? No, I'm not segueing. I promise you. That is the topic for tonight.
Captain Segue.
And I would love to get your thoughts on that. Are the French being considered douchey in movies and TV? Is that a movie trope, an American movie trope?
Yeah, 100%. Kiss of the Dragon. I think yes. But that wasn't even an American movie. So that was a Hong Kong flick with Jet Li, and actually still French douchey.
I think they just take the trope. I think everybody just takes the trope from America, though.
Think about The Five Bloods with Spike Lee. His Frenchman was douchey.
Yeah.
That's more recent stuff, but The Patriot. Even that dude who is a fantastic actor, and God help me, I can't remember his name right now. The Mel Gibson, The Patriot with Heath Ledger. I believe it was 99 or 2000, somewhere around there. Great flick. Good for around this time. Happy July 4th, everybody. Belated and whatnot. But I feel like the French trope is absolutely one that's constantly played that way. Even Ronin, for crying out loud, that really crappy De Niro movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. The French, Jean Reno plays a douchebag most of the time.
Yeah, Mission Impossible, the first one.
Yeah. So the French douche is it's a trope.
Yeah,
or maybe even a convention.
No, I would stick that one to trope. Only reason I say that is because I don't know that it's. I think that's one when writers write, like they're probably told, if he's a French, you have to. I feel like that comes from much higher up.
Yeah, even the whole 9 yards and the whole 10 yards, that was essentially movies, and a huge chunk of them was just shitting on French Canadians.
Yeah.
So.
That really is. It's so crazy how they do stuff like that. Oh, Kathleen Watts is here.
Hi, Kathleen.
Good Tuesday, fine gentlemen.
How fancy Tuesday to you, my lady.
To be fair. I recently learned my mom shares my hatred of the word trope.
Trope.
Ooh, why do you hate the word trope?
It
Why?
has so much to it, and it's so much better than moist.
Nothing's better than moist. I mean, come on.
I don't
Moist
know. One of my all-time favorite words is still affectation.
Well, affectation. That's a good word.
I don't know. I love that word.
It's a smart word.
Right?
It's one of them smart words that the French in movies wouldn't know.
I done heard it. One of them brainiacs down the street done told me it, and I had to look it up.
That's fair. I will tell you.
Everybody's here. Hey, Paul. Hey, Mike.
Oh, Paul's here. To the core. And also, happy belated 4th. Thank you all for calming me down before my interview. Oh, happy to help, man.
Hey, absolutely. If you got to do a little 5-knuckle shuffle beforehand, just to are these beautiful faces, I'm all right with it. Wait, is that what you meant by calm down?
I think that's what he meant.
I'm pretty sure.
I'll tell you this: we're going to be making you laugh even more soon. We have a lot of fun stuff planned. And
there's going to be a lot more of these faces into your world.
A lot more jokes and hilarity to go around.
Hi, Mike. Gosh, I love these pixel faces. I need to make myself a pixel face.
I know, right? There's an app for that. I know there is.
Of course there is.
We were talking. It's overused. I hate that trope. Also, a friend of John's ruined it after making it a goal to identify all the tropes in every movie.
There's so many.
Listen, there are a lot. Well, all right. But that's the thing. Like, just before we get into the ones that we hate, so people kind of understand. I was a screenwriter for a long time. I did a lot of screenwriting courses for way too long.
But you got a degree out of it.
I did get a degree out of it. You're right. But I will say,
put yourself down, young man.
I have a diploma somewhere. I will tell you guys, not just because the word trope exists does not mean that all tropes are bad. Sometimes you got to have a lot of it's called conventions. Like having conventions is sort of a different aspect in the writing game. But tropes, for lack of a better phrase, they should exist in some things, and there's a reason they do. Bad ones are just bad, but there are good tropes too that people enjoy and want to see as a part of their procedural TV shows or, certain movies. Like if you go and see Fast 9, there's certain tropes you need to have in those movies to enjoy them.
Because it's already become that. Yeah. It's become an entity unto itself. And through 9 movies of one franchise, of course that's going to happen because you have to play into what everyone's anticipating. You have to have Vin Diesel talk about family, and it's all about family.
Now the internet's talking about family, and I just can't.
It's all family. I'm loving it because I know it's pissing you off so much. It brings me such joy to just feel you seething in every post. Like, I've had enough of this crap.
I did. There were some I enjoyed. There were some. I will tell you this: at least it took away from the Anakin Padme meme that was started out funny and just went too far.
That will never be either funny nor will it ever go too far because everything between them and about them is awful. That's
very fair, man. But awful. I feel that way about. There were a few I liked. I did not like any of the family memes.
You know who had better on-screen chemistry than those two? Was fucking, what was her name? Leah something from, what's the duck? Howard the Duck.
Leah Thompson.
And Howard the fucking Duck had better fucking on-screen chemistry than these two chuckleheads. She was better with a puppet than these two people who are good actors and actresses. But what an awful job.
I think that it's, you're being a little too harsh on poor Anakin and Padme.
That's not possible. I can't be harsh enough.
Well, I'm not saying that I disagree with you, but I will say this. When it comes to tropes, there's a fine line, and there's a lot that I think need to go away. That just... The only ones that really work now are the ones that make fun of a lot of the tropes. One of them being walking away from an explosion.
I mean, who doesn't love that, though? That's like a dream of mine. That's a thing I want to do. I want to be part of a Michael Bay movie where everything explodes. Just like a trip to 7-Eleven would be the coolest freaking thing ever, directed by Michael Bay, because everything blows up. You could even have humans blow up. It doesn't matter. It's Michael
It,
Bay.
it would be the coolest thing ever if you were the star of the Michael Bay movie. If you're not the star, you're probably being blown up in those explosions.
Very good chance. The high likelihood that if you are in the first 10 minutes, you will be blowed up if you are not a main character.
Oh yeah, he'll kill everybody on the streets.
Everybody.
I for one, I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of it, and I loved what the other guys did with it, where it blows up behind them and they just fall to the ground and have concussions, and they're screaming about how do people walk away from it in the movie? Like they call it, they flip it on its head. And I really I enjoyed that aspect. I like when they do that.
Stallone, Bruce Willis, Schwarzenegger, they had the same explosion they were running away from for years. I'm pretty convinced that was the exact same explosion from the studios for like 12 years, man. Like Commando was the same as the one in Marathon Man, which was the same one in Demolition Man. Like it was just consistent. It just rolled through them.
Dude, I don't know. That is one trope. It probably was.
But it's one I don't want to see go. It's one that has to stay because I love it. I don't care if they use the same explosion. It doesn't mean I still don't freaking cheer every time. If I'm drunk.
I hope you're not drunk. You just drove.
No, just not now. But I'm talking about when I cheer because I only really watch those movies when drinking. Because I mean, when else would you watch movies with explosions?
Well,
and zero plot points.
Yeah, one of the ones that kind of stick to minds is when you walk into a room and it's called the villain's throne, and it's when a protagonist walks into a dark room, turns on the lights, and there's the antagonist in this giant chair.
Yeah,
it's been done in James Bond. It's been done in many things.
And everything. I mean, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen did a version of it. They did it in Avengers. They've done it. Nick Fury, come on, has done it like 40 times.
That's very fair. Well, I mean, but
awesome.
even, especially the bad guy, but he's in a chair, but somehow gets the upper hand on the protagonist.
Because you're supposed to. Because they're supposed to be mentally ahead of them. It's like the Moriarty game. Sherlock shows up to talk to him, but he's already planned and ready for it.
But if you're mentally ahead of them, just don't be there. Oh my God.
What are you talking about? It's the best way to do it, man. Who doesn't love having that villain when you turn on the lights? I want to be that villain. I want to live my life as the creepy guy who runs away from explosions. And when you turn on a light in a dark room that you think someone's might be in it, Casey's there.
That's why I like Taken. I really enjoyed Taken when it's basically like they grabbed her. He had no idea where they were, and he just goes and he has to find them. And I enjoyed that aspect of the movies and kind of how they played it out. And it kind of there were no evident tropes in that movie. Evident, like the explosions or the
car chases.
Car
chase is a trope. If we're going to play out all tropes, we have to throw in all tropes.
But car chases Car chases aren't so much a trope as a convention.
Okay, and what about the whole connection of the good luck thing? Like that's a trope. When you make the hero's connection to finding the villain, the MacGuffin, I believe it's called.
That's what I loved about that movie. Now, I'm not talking about Taken 2 or Taken 3 or Taken, TV show or whatever else. I'm just talking about Taken. Because he actually has to investigate based off of actual physical evidence. Mm-hmm. Now, I am all for car chases. Car chases are amazing.
Well, I mean, Columbo did that too.
But I'm not a big fan of the trope of there's a woman with a baby stroller. And it's about to be hit. Oh, but it's cans. Stuff like that.
I love that one. That was great.
God. Ugh.
This is one of the best, man. Who doesn't love the runaway stroller? Love that. Between Untouchables had a great runaway stroller scene. Ghostbusters 2 with a fantastic runaway stroller scene. Come on.
Ghostbusters 2, it wasn't a runaway stroller. It was a taken stroller. Those ghosts were taking that stroller. That was a controlled stroller.
So I venture to say, was Ghostbusters 2 the first version of Taken? Was Taken from Ghostbusters 2?
No, Taken in Spot. No, Ghostbusters 2 inspired Taken. That's what we
Okay.
need to take away from that.
Okay, I like it. Well done, Harold Ramis.
There was
The legacy you never expected.
I'm not giving anybody credit over Harold Ramis.
I mean, no one should.
No.
So there's a whole lot of comments actually. Let's jump into these real quick.
All right,
People
let me
are
start
like
from the
all
beginning.
over the place here.
There we go. Okay, we've done these. Paul says, "Hell yes, I can't wait. New job. I'll have a lot of time to listen and watch y'all." All right. Well, listen, man. We appreciate it. And like I said, you're going to have lots of content coming. And one of my favorites is Squelch.
Squelch.
Remind me of
Squelch.
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 What's Squelch?
Squelch is like a. I always think of it as a sound.
And Fester. Squelch and Fester.
Fester is strong. Yeah.
Darn, a toddler making it hard to type. That's when you put them down in baby jail.
Have you tried yelling in its face?
Go away!
Just unabashed screaming. Really get primal with it, you know? Dig deep.
Do not take parenting advice from us in this instance.
Ever. How about just ever?
Where the fuck did these family memes come from? Why have they started popping up now? Because it's overdone. It's overdone.
It was funny a few times in the last round, but the problem is it's been since Family 5 or Fast 5 or whatever. It's the Fast Family movies. That's what they are now. That's it. Fast and the Family is.
And like a brother showing up, like John Cena playing the brother that just shows up, and now he's the brother. And it's just the family thing's done. We're done with it. We're done with Fast and Furious. Just bring us Hobbs and Shaw. I'm fine with it. I don't need any more from the Fast family. Casey isn't wrong. Of course he isn't.
I never hear that. Yes.
I hate sand. It's coarse and it gets everywhere. Terrible writing, terrible chemistry. Is it terrible writing?
Just
or
move
did
along.
you just deliver it poorly?
It all sucked. There's no way George Lucas could look at that can and go, you know what I'm really happy about? The 45 fucking takes to make it look like these two people even pretend to give a shit about each other. I'm sorry. I'm just, nope.
George G3 says, "Hello,
hey, George,
gents.
what's up,
what
man?
Is up, George? Thanks
Cranked
for
into
watching
some Dueling Aces last night. They were a lot of fun to listen to as they were doing the some sort of trivia game. It was a blast.
That's why I know what's going on in sports.
Yeah, honestly, at this point, yeah.
Yeah, because I never have a chance to watch any games. So, Corinne Chucker says, "Hey guys, hey,
what's up, Corinne? Hey, Shabbos.
Kathleen, medically walking away from explosions is bullcrap. It's not true. I can do it.
Yeah, no. Well, now maybe.
Now maybe
with what they've implanted with you, I don't know what's within you now. You're
I
super
wish they
soldier
became
serum.
bionic. I wish they made me bionic in some way. That would have been great.
Right.
The slow chair turn with villains is
you
my
can't
favorite.
take it away. You can't take it away. It's glorious. I want a super high back chair that's riveted, that's leather, that's like just shines with that deep, almost like rich mahogany, and you turn slowly like, good evening.
I am not saying take it away, but I'm saying use it for more comedy rather than drama or action.
I say never stop using it.
She yells back and louder.
Yeah,
I don't blame her for yelling in her face, Kathleen. God,
yeah, seriously, Kathleen. Why?
Word. Totally changed her tune from 6 comments ago.
Yeah, we wouldn't even dream of doing such a thing.
She's a child.
Yeah, you shake them really hard.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Do not.
What is it? What was on the buses?
Quick,
what was on the buses?
Do not. Shaking baby shatters lives. Shaking baby shatters lives. All right. Do not shake children.
What was on the bus?
Please.
Remember when I first moved to Virginia and they had it on the bus everywhere?
They had a billboard too. It's Shaking Baby Shatters Lives.
Shaking Baby Shatters Lives. And I had never seen that before. And I was like, this is the most insane. Do people do this?
2 places, apparently.
Like,
well, I mean, I don't know. I would be okay with like if there was child losing. That would be a more exciting way of some form of entertainment with your child. Shaking them voraciously can't be entertaining. That sounds terrible. They probably get sick. Sounds awful.
All right, next comment. I mean, the sand statement is true, though. Everybody hates the sand statement.
Everybody hates it. And
I'm not saying, but I can't defend it. Never mind.
Don't try. Just let it go, bro. This is not the hill. This is not the hill. This is Hamburger Hill.
I don't want any more Hobbs. Too much rock. Just have Cypher final and get it over. No. The Rock should always be around.
Nah, man, look, let's get up to
Forever.
Fast 13 because that sounds just outrageous enough, and then finish and have everyone die.
It's 2 more. This is Fast 9. They're finishing up with 11.
Well, and then there's already Hobbs and Shaw. There will be one more, correct?
I think so.
So that would put us at 13 total. Yeah, 13 in the series. Call it a day. Congratulations, you made 13 movies. That's freaking nuts. Later, yeah.
Slow clap for Casey. Of course, Casey gets a slow clap. What does he get a slow clap for? He told you to shake your child and yell in his face. He gets the slow clap.
Mike. Look, I don't think we need to. I don't think we need to section this out and actually hear where you said it was a great idea.
No, Kathleen. I don't. I'm taking it away. Glad we can give you the sports updates, but we need you guys on the perfect 10 sports movies.
10 cup all day, bro.
You tell me. We can do this by which sport. We can do top 10 sports movies. We can do. I can go by so many. And I have interesting lists. So if you want us, we'll be there.
Yeah,
I've really thought about that.
Oh yeah, I've got my 7. I know it sounds weird, but 7 is as far as I could go because everything beyond that is full of tropes.
Shut up. Listen. I'm not saying all tropes are bad. I'm just saying there's some that don't work or should be retired. I walk away from explosions after eating Taco Bell all the time. John,
you're the man, John. I believe you 100%.
That the world deserves.
Yes, John. I imagine your life just is constantly like this Schwarzenegger, Bruce Willis-esque sort of world where it's just you have to go save your child all the time from Colombian drug lords.
No. He walks out. The explosion happened. And he's just like, "Don't shake that baby," and it just stops.
And that's his day. Hero. And then he's able to go do work and comes back with more explosions. On the way back, there's like cars exploding in traffic.
Oh, God. Oh, she's giving you credit on the villain share description.
Sweet. I will make a much better one.
All right. He did deserve a slow clap for the turn that he did. I'll give him that. There's dramatic effect. My eye twitches every time you guys say trope. Trope. Oh, I think we found our secret word of the day.
Guys. Now, every time we say it, remember, we got to be really excited.
You know what? To tell the story about what got me started on this topic. So this weekend I watched. The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard came out, and I really like the Hitman's Bodyguard.
I love that movie.
Yeah. Great movie. So I watched. I was like, all right, if I'm going to watch the sequel, I'm going to watch the first one with my wife because she didn't see it. So we watched the first one.
Hilarious.
I remember how good. Let me tell a story. Jesus Christ! You know what, man? You know what? Turn your chair. No, I'm just kidding. Trope to you, sir. Oh my God! If you just turn your chair there to just like kind of reveal. That would be amazing.
Get ready to hold on. I think I can make this work.
Wait, I'll take you off. So here's where the story really started. Okay. So here I am. Don't worry, he'll come back. So here I am, and I'm watching. Oh wait, I think he's ready. Are you ready? I'll give you points for effort. I'll give you
Good
points
evening,
for effort
Michael.
If there's a cat in your lap, it'd be over.
And now, hello, Gadget.
Oh my God! Oh my God! That's the only time that works.
That's it. I've got to get a giant high back chair just to be able to do claw now.
Now I want that glove. I want that spiky metal glove.
Yes, so do I, man. So I can be like, I'll get you, Gadget.
I think I want that more than the Infinity Gauntlet.
You already have the Infinity Gauntlet. You have like all of the things. You have all the Avengers things, bro. It's ridiculous. I feel like I could go over there and like get a power up every time.
You probably could, dude.
Yeah, more than likely.
No, that's no joke. Well, I'm going to put bricks on the ceiling so my kids can bonk their heads, get coins.
Yeah, there you go. I was thinking finger and light switch, but same.
Oh, well, you want to take it away from me.
I don't want to take it. I just want to be like Electro.
And Trope for our good buddy Kathleen watching.
Hey, Kathleen. Trope.
So what bothered me about the first movie compared to the second movie, which I did like the second one too, it's a little more ludicrous. The story's a little more crazy, but I did enjoy it. I enjoy all the characters and everybody that's in it. I liked Morgan Freeman joining the fray. I liked the villain and Antonio Banderas. But this isn't a review. This is my problem from the first to the second one.
Antonio Banderas playing a Greek guy?
All right, fair enough. Touche.
But he was awesome. No, but it worked. Like
yeah,
everything worked. Nothing was good about this movie, and yet for me, it all worked. All right, carry on. Trope.
here's what didn't work for me. So the first one, even though he loses his AAA status, he's still a competent. We see him being a competent bodyguard.
Oh,
he just
saw
doesn't.
From the first one, he is.
Yeah, he just doesn't care.
Right.
He's just like, whatever. I lost everything I wanted, so I don't care. But I'm still competent. I can still do the job with no problems.
Really sad that he lost the girl.
But he didn't lose the girl. Well, yes, he was sad in the first one when he lost the girl, but he got the girl back in the first one. And here's the trope that bothers me. And all movies do it. It's studio executive thing. It's because they want to recast, because you'll make a movie in 2018, and then by 2020, maybe there's a new hot, and I'm not using hot as in like popular.
You mean like hot? Who's big actress right now? Who's the star that's going to get you your money? Yeah.
Yeah. Who's the new? But they don't do this with men because they can bring the men back for the sequel. But with women, they do this where it's the next hot actress to take the role because she's younger, or she's this or that or whatever, and you don't want to bring. And that pisses me off because it's like you've created this character I care about, and now the sequel's here. And she, first of all, she fills a ton of plot holes in the sequel, in just one phone call if she's still available. And also, I understand him needing to take a holiday because maybe it is stressing him out that he's, his career is down the tubes. But if he has the woman, then explain it as he just went further down the hole and lost the woman. But they never bring her up, and they do that a lot. And I hate that trope. I hate that trope of replacing or just completely cutting out the love interest from the first movie because for some reason you need a brand new actress years later. It just pisses me off.
I'm with you on that because it's very crappy and annoying when they make you invest in a character, and actually even investing in Ryan Reynolds' character in this movie, you're supposed to invest in his relationship because the first one made that important. It made it kind of the whole freaking thing. And a lot of the impetus by the end of it is how for him to fall in love and open up. And yet we open in the second movie with him still trapped in this cycle that he's not able to get out of. So clearly he just screwed himself over, and it's boring. It's dumb. It's been done. Yeah. I want to see her again. Show me the character that I care about, that you made me care about.
And I like what they did between the three of them. And I'm not saying she had to be a central character in the third one because the dynamic that they were going for was very different. And they were, you didn't need the love story.
Right, you don't need a love story, but people who are still in love are still part of your story. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a thought process that the audience isn't friggin' stupid.
But like, at least write it. Bring her in. Bring her in. Make it work because she was a main character in the first one. And write it the right way. Like maybe he doesn't feel he's good enough for her, so he's on this sabbatical to try and find himself, going through therapy. There's so many ways you could fix it, but it's just the studio saying, "Now we're good."
As Kathleen so gently put it, new boobs.
The new boobs trope. You have to have a new girl to keep people interested, but it's not like I don't talk. Listen, I'm not saying that.
That's a Bond trope. I mean, we can very highly put that on the Bond train. Bond trope
they
train.
Really did that.
I like it.
And I kind of got that from Bond in certain aspects. He's a lone wolf. Like, he doesn't want to work with people.
Sorry, the lone wolf trope really fucking bugs me, too. Because when certain people try to play that character, and it's like, brah, nah, don't.
What else did Kathleen said? The number of bodies I still need to see is so ridiculous. The number of movies. Why did I say bodies?
What in the world are
Kathleen said bodies
about?
In my mind. The number of movies I still need to see is so ridiculously long. I still haven't seen Hitman's Bodyguard. It's really hard to watch anything other than the kids programming lately. I get that with a toddler. It's very tough.
River absolutely loved the scenes where people blew up.
Well, she's 9.
Nah, when she was 9 months.
She wasn't watching them. That was the same with me. When Jack was 9 months, it was just like kind of turn him around from the TV. But
right,
still,
you just hold him here, and you're like, yeah, I can see everything I want. You're fine. Look that way.
Oh no, bouncy chair. buddy. Bouncy chair. No. When I watch stuff with them, then you can sit with me. I feel like listening to you guys exposure therapy for my trope hatred.
Trope.
Don't put my words in your head. They're already there. You said bodies. I know it. I will say, there's a lot of them that I think just need to be reworked. And I really think that somebody, somewhere, some studio exec should just be like, all right, let's all agree, all studio heads agree, these tropes are going to be thrown out and writers are not allowed to write that anymore.
Okay, which ones do you think?
The one phone call rule, and when people get arrested.
What about it?
Make it harder. Stop with the one phone call, because that's not true. You can make as many phone calls as you want, and they never call their lawyer or a lawyer. It's just ridiculous. I've always hated that rule because it's just so easy.
Yeah.
And it's become such a thing. Like, even cell phones, people don't know how to write around cell phones anymore. Like, not even anymore, like ever. You know?
Yeah.
They never really learned how to write and incorporate cell phones or the world we live in, with the smartphones and everything else.
Didn't Lethal Weapon 4 nail that pretty well?
What did they do? I can't remember.
What, the Joe Pesci, they fuck you with a cell phone scene? Him and Chris Rock doing that whole bit.
In 1998, they actually did.
I know, and it worked.
And that's very fair. And when it comes to bills, he's not wrong. But at the same time, like, it's there. Like, when you're writing a horror movie, don't automatically look for a way to get rid of your cell phone. Challenge yourself and figure out how to incorporate a cell phone or why. And don't have it where you call 911 and they're just like, is this a trick? I'm hanging up.
All the time with that crap. Like, oh, you darn kids messing around again. Nobody does that. That never happens. They're always like, let's send someone.
It makes 911 look so bad. Or just have them send the cops and kill the cops in like horror movies or something. Give yourself something interesting.
Okay, I've got a trope I want to run by you before we get lost in another rabbit hole vortex of what we do, word anonymity. How do you always feel about to get the girl, you have to save her life trope?
Oh my God, I call that the Super Mario.
Yeah.
And that's the Super Mario trope because...
We're sorry, but your princess is in another castle. Beep,
like, literally, you have to get the girl. Like, I feel... And this is not an apology letter from the Scene Snobs to women. It's just, it's legit.
I feel pump the brakes, all right?
Going back, and especially since being married and kind of understanding the woman's perspective more and more, just learning from her, movies are horrible to women.
Yeah.
Movies are horrible. I can't even imagine. I'm so glad, no offense, man, I'm so glad I don't have a daughter.
Yeah, bro. Like,
So
I have
glad.
to constantly, some of the movies I grew up absolutely freaking loving, I watch again and I'm like, ugh, the female is terrible in this. Like, I can't, this isn't for my daughter. Don't be like Maid Marian. Be a badass. Be like the Fox Maid Marian. She was beast. She was cool. You gotta teach her and show her, like, people that stand up to that crap and don't have the weakness and can't do things and swoon.
So that's another convention. But that's a convention more and more. It's sad that it's now, but it's more and more things are becoming for women in movies.
Mm-hmm.
They are starting to write them as they're not just the damsel in distress. I mean, look at Moana.
Moana. See, and that's fantastic. That was a wonderful tale. They're doing, and River even said she doesn't like Rapunzel. She doesn't like Tangled as much because she's like, I don't know, Rapunzel's kind of dumb. She's kind of flighty. She's a little bit of a flake. I'm like, that's great.
Yeah.
You can think that, sure. Yeah, she's all about the practical ones, brave, she loves. So I'm like, yeah, you can be Merida.
Well, the one thing I really respect about Rapunzel and Tangled is that she's been gaslit her entire life.
Oh, no, exactly. No, it is someone overcoming. And it's just, there's so many different walks of life. And obviously so many people can relate to different personality aspects and personality traits. But I love that River's personality traits tend toward Moana, not Rapunzel.
And brave.
Makes life a little easier for someone who thinks, she has a little more thought process, a little more critical thinking and consideration. But then she's also innocent and wonderful and sweet. And I'm like, oh, please The world is going to crush you.
Yeah, well, like the Princess and the Frog.
Oh, which is one she loves that
great
movie.
one.
Yep, loves that flick. Tiana is like one of her favorites.
But if you go to like getting out of kids movies, you see movies now where I feel like Atomic Blonde was a really good one. Charlize Theron knows how to play badass roles. And
dude, Atomic Blonde is the shit. And then Old Guard, like, that's fantastic.
Oh, I loved Old Guard.
Oh, Old Guard is so beast.
Well, I love them both. Both those
she was great in Italian Job because she wasn't a damsel in distress there either. You know, Charlize Theron has never really played the damsel in distress. I think I really love and appreciate her for that. Very much. Yeah. Just subtly, quietly, just been a badass, amazing actress with phenomenal roles and does a wonderful job in her portrayals.
Another reason I want her to come back and play for Ariosa, but they're going back, and it's Ann Taylor Joy or whatever her name is.
Anya Taylor Joy.
Yeah, her. She's going to be playing like the younger version. I'm like, just bring back Charlize. Like, she did an amazing job. George,
but Anya's the big sexy new boobs, right, Kathleen? Trope.
Yo, I hate it. George says, "What about the women heroine with the weak man approach, Wonder Woman syndrome?" All right. Here's one I agree with. All right, now as a social issue, that trope has been far outshined compared to how heroic men come off in movies and how they treat women in those movies. So the vice versa is like very one-sided.
Yeah, because I mean, if we watch every Kirk Douglas movie, bro,
Douglas movie,
just choose one actor from any time period from 60 years ago, and for a 30-year span, their entire career was about having to best someone, another dude usually, or a situation to get the girl or to save her life. And it's always been that, and it's usually a weaker woman. Like, there weren't a whole lot of more bawdy Maureen O'Haras who were badasses handling their business. You know, a lot of them were the, for lack of a better term, damsel in distress.
So, and for like the Wonder Woman of syndrome, like you're saying, George, I say get rid of it, but because it's just weak and it makes your movie look dumb. And the reason being, you know, especially in the second one. In the first one, they handled it really well. They were competent soldiers doing their thing. They did. It's not like they succumbed to like, I need you to help us. They were helping her. She was just the leader and the strongest of the group, and it made natural sense that they would just say, "Whatever you say, we're in." Very similar to Captain America. Yeah, you know, it's almost equal. It's mirrors of the two, so that's why I have no issue with that whatsoever. I have greater issue if they purposefully try to ride that line, and the trope becomes a point where it's so in your face. It's so much that you lose the message because it's too much message, and it's like, where's the story? Give me a story. Give me entertainment. Make it worthwhile. Yeah, so something like that. I think they should just get rid of that because it's just a dumb trope anyway, comparatively to how women are treated in male-dominated movies. So, you know, get rid of both of them and just make your movies more interesting. Just have a better story, man. More fleshed out characters. You know? Okay, so here's another one that I really wanted to bring up too. I mean, that's fair. Society in general is covered to women, not just movies. Yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree. And Moana is fantastic. Even Frozen has a pretty solid girl power does. Vibe. Good sister story. Love that. Yep. And then John says, the Alien movies are some of the best examples of strong women in sci-fi. Ripley's clothes even have functional pockets. Yep. Sure. Huge. Think she's got a sweet vest, all pockets. My daughter now is at that point where she's like, Dad, I don't want like shorts or skirts without pockets. I'm like, yeah. Oh, yeah. If I buy my wife a gift of clothes, it's with pockets. I know she wants pockets, you know, and I understand it. Practical. I wear cargo shorts because they're functional and they have pockets, and they hold my stuff. I do too. I do the exact same thing. Cargo shorts allow me to be a human purse if necessary. And for my daughter, I found that very effective. I think, let me see if I still have. Yeah, I mean, I still have Pink Dolphin. So you never know. You never know. I'm naked from the waist down. So well, of course you are. I mean, wouldn't expect anything less. You're in your own home, man. Listen, my goodness, past 8:30. It's past 8:30. I'm allowed to do whatever I want.
Why, bully, that's pantsless time. Ha ha.
You know, you brought up Kirk Douglas earlier. My favorite story of Kirk Douglas is whenever anti-Semitic remarks were being made by like studio executives while he was at parties, and they did no with him, he would sleep with their wives. And I was just like, yeah, all right. I mean, listen, if you're going to show them their ass, show them their ass. You are Kirk Douglas.
I mean, if that's what you're hip to, so be it.
Just straight up sleep with their wives.
Just sleep with their wives, look them dead in the face, and go, "What?
You're going to not put me in that movie?" Okay.
It's Kirk Douglas. He was one of the top grossing actors for a good decade. You know, like,
oh yeah,
dude was no joke. The OK Corral, come on.
Get out of here. I will tell you, like, tropes like these, though, and I think it's the bigger ones. Like, the little ones don't bother me. Like, people don't like that silencers aren't guns or silent. I'm like, it's fine. I don't care about that. I don't need fully to be. I can have suspension of disbelief in certain situations like that. It's the big stuff that disrupt character development that is what really bugs me.
See, I like things along the lines of, like, one that I kind of stumbled onto was the divorcees who struggle to get along and they don't really like each other. Then a large scale epic bad thing happens and now they get back together because everything's figured out and they survived. And so I love that. That's one of my all time favorite tropes. Like, I legit think that's the way it should work, which means I've got like 3 exes who at some point will get along after the end of the world. So I'm set.
Do yourself a favor. Don't believe that stuff.
Come on. It works in the movies.
Don't put women in jeopardy just so you can save them and hopefully.
I'm not going to. The world's already on its way there, bro. I'm just going to have a sweet camper made out of a Ford Escape and just be able to roll through the countryside. Listen,
I'm giving you and everybody who's watching some free advice in that do not save a woman and think she becomes your property. It's not how this works.
No, that's not how it works. I'm talking about, like, because the divorcee couple who had a troubled past, dude, mixing tropes, man. Mixing tropes. I'm disappointed, Mick. Can't stay on topic. Are you high?
I am not high. Not yet. I will tell you this. I'm not mixing tropes. I'm just saying, like, listen, there's a lot of things we should probably not.
Well, of course, don't ever put anyone's life in jeopardy. Let's just put that out there in case anyone has any wacky ideas.
That's very fair. Yeah. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Don't be the villain. Don't be the villain in the chair, for sure. If you're a villain, just stand up.
No, be an awesome villain in the chair. Don't be just a villain in the chair.
And if you don't like sand, say it a lot.
Repeatedly. Make sure you look in their eyes and tell them how you killed all of them.
But tell them how
the children.
The younglings remind me of sand.
I just want to go roll in a field with a giant weird cow tick thing.
What's the difference between younglings and sand?
What?
I don't know, but they're both laying there lifeless.
Man, that is brutal.
It is brutal. And hey, what's more brutal, me saying that or Anakin actually murdering younglings?
Well, I don't know. Disney endorsed it. It's probably their fault. Let's blame them.
Yeah, they didn't.
If they endorsed it, it's probably fine.
I don't know that they endorsed it. They probably haven't seen that movie, so they don't know.
Valid, yeah. That would require, like, effort.
If they had seen those movies, then I'm sure. If they'd seen any of those movies, then I'm sure the last 3 would have been good.
Easy. The last 3 were fine. They were
fine
just fine. They were acceptable. Look, all I know is it's not going to be anything in comparison to how Beast Mode Dune is about to be.
Who? Oh, shut up. All right.
Timothy Chalamet.
We are
I'm just excited to say Timothy Chalamet. A lot.
Coming up on our hour. We appreciate you guys watching and listening. A couple of announcements. We will be remember to tune in on Friday morning at 8 a.m. Scene Snobs Morning Show will be live.
And we're going to play a game called Will Casey Be On?
That's a good one, but I am prepared. I am prepared this time if he's not.
Good.
I was not prepared last time. I will say
I like to keep you guessing. Living on your toes.
No, don't do that.
That's terrible.
We are at 209 subscribers. Once we get to 250 on YouTube, this Rick Deckard Blade Runner Funko Pop goes to one of our lucky subs. So make sure you check that out. Also, if you are one of our Patreon supporters, we thank you. And we want to just tell you that we are going to be doing a giveaway on July 13th episode to one of our patron supporters of this scratch-off movie poster with 250 movies on it. Very cool gift. Paul Dunn won the Funko Pop, the Pride Month Funko Pop of Deadpool last month. So we'll see who wins this month. You
Which
just have
is
to sign
awesome.
up. It's $5 a month.
Yep, check it out, Patreon, and then also go to our Buy Us a Coffee.
Well, you can either do Buy Me a Coffee or the patron memberships in your tier, which you don't do both. You can be in one or the other. Just we have everybody on Patreon right now. So yeah, you can do that. I am starting a new series on TikTok, which is mixed Saturday night double features, which every video I'm going to pair two movies together that I think go well together and that you guys should check out as a double feature. So make sure to follow us on TikTok for that one, at the Scene Snob. Oh God, John. Yes, the new Dune looks like it has potential to be borderline amazing. I'm reserving judgment until I've actually seen it. That's fair. I'll reserve judgment until it's out, but old Dune sucks.
Well, I tell you what, the Wasses are coming in strong tonight. Feels good.
They are. We appreciate you guys watching and so many more.
Thank all y'all so much. It's always a blast.
Well, you can check out the Scene Snobs podcast on our YouTube page, or you can check out any of our shows on our YouTube page or our podcasts on all podcast platforms. Go to thescenesnobs.com and just follow us there. And we got everything on there. All the links are on there and such for you to check out. So until next time, I am Mick Manhattan.
And I am the Madman. It's a pleasure as always. Good night. Be good to each other.
All right, everybody. Thanks again. And remember to go to our go to help out Andre Gower if you can. I will put the links up on all our social media right after the show. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
And that's our show, everybody. Thanks for listening or watching wherever you're checking it out. This show is brought to you by our sponsor, Manscaped. Go check them out. They are saving our balls, and they can save yours too, or somebody you care about. It's a pretty awesome device, so go check out what they got. The Lawnmower 3.0. The Weed
That's so
Whacker,
nice. Thank you, John.
It's a great gift for Father's Day, birthdays, weddings, anything. So yeah, head over there and use promo code SNOBS, SNOBS, and you'll get 20% off and free shipping. Also, we'd like to thank our super fan patrons. They are all Scene Snob family to us. They support us every month, and you can be one too. So head over to the Patreon channel, the Scene Snobs, and it's $5 a month, and you can join in with helping support us and get the free perks too. Also, you can follow us on social media. We are on everything at the Scene Snobs, so Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. We are on Facebook, the Scene Snobs. Everywhere. We have fun stuff always going on, always have contests and stuff, so go follow us, check us out. You can go to our link tree by going to thescenesnobs.com. There's our link tree, there's our Patreon, there is all of our shows and the links for all of that. So thanks again for checking it out. Just head over to thescenesnobs.com where everything